Hi there, Mike Holmes here at ReachKeep.com with 5 Minutes to Better Sundays. Today we're talking about email and the local church. We are excited to have you here, and thanks for taking time to take a look at this. Appreciate those of you that have subscribed. We have a wonderful, wonderful tool that our churches have, and it's called email. It's a way to communicate with our people on a real intimate basis where they can ask questions, we can get back and forth, send them information, and it's a powerful thing that every church needs to take advantage of. Let me give you a few tips on how to do this. First of all, you have to get your email out to them. Don't forget this. Gathering emails is something we'll get to in a moment, but make sure that you publish your church's email address. People may have questions about locations, service times, etc., and that's just the way they prefer to communicate, and so we want to talk to them. You should have an address that is something like, info@sbc or, whatever the name of your church is, .com. Something along that line works really good. Your email provider can get that for you. Another thing is to make sure you publish your personal email address and put that up regularly. I'll show a slide here of it, how we do it here, so people can contact you if they have a question about the sermon and they need some counseling, or they need their car fixed, or they're new in the community. There's all sorts of reasons that people contact me, and I love to get back in touch with those people. So make sure that you have those couple of things. So that's a powerful thing. Get your email address out to them. It should be on your business card, should be published in your bulletin, should be published in many ways. Now, the second thing that is often difficult is getting emails from them to you, to the church. And how do you do that? Well, there's a variety of ways that it happens. What we do, at least the simplest one for us, is we have cards, communication cards we hand out every single week, and we get these back, just dozens and dozens and dozens of them. And right at the top, there's a lot of information, but right at the top, we ask them for two important things: their name and their email address. Those are the most important things. There's some other things on there, their Facebook name and mobile numbers and things, and we get some of that information as well. But the important thing is that we ask their email address, not just so that we can have it, so that we can communicate and give them something. So there's several things you can do, and one is the idea of giving to them information and a thank you for being there. For example, this is our registration for our nursery. These are the kids that show up at our nursery. We get hold of these cards, and we have a place on there for their email address too. And our workers will send them a thank you and say, thank you so much for being with us. By the way, we had a couple questions. Didn't get to talk with you, but is your child allergic to anything? Is there anything special we should know about them when they return? Those type of things. From the regular people, they come during the adult service. I have a portion of our message that I always say, hey, listen, I can email you some more notes about this, or I can send you an interesting article about that. And I gather their address, and then I email that out to them, in addition to just saying thanks for being there. We get a high percentage of email addresses, and we're able then to collect those, hold on to them, and use them in some other ways I'll speak of in just a second. But make sure that you actively engage them through email. And you have to think this through. If you're a pastor and you want to communicate, there's always something that you have found, some tidbit of research that would be helpful for them. Put that in an email format and send it to them. A little video clip that you saw, a YouTube video. There's many, many resources that can go by email that can't be done, just in a regular service or put in an envelope. So it really is a very dynamic way to get in touch with people. So get your children's addresses, and make sure you get adult addresses. Or in other words, from your children's cards is what I'm saying. The registration that your children have, and from your adults. Those are the two main ways that we gather. Now, once you've gathered those things, what do you do with them? Well, you want to stay in touch. Obviously, the thank yous. Obviously, send them, questionnaires about their children. You can send calendar announcements about upcoming schedules. You can send out regular newsletter type things. We try to put out something like every 2 weeks or so. On email that goes out to everybody. It's kind of a broadcast, a broad-based type of thing. You can do video clips that you put in there of like upcoming program, like, hey folks, don't forget 4th of July picnic coming up, and you give all the details and do it in a video way. And you can do that on an email that you can't normally do. So that's one of the great things that you can do, is just stay in touch with them for special things and then just in regular ways. And then if you're real advanced, we've got a kind of a tip for you here too in our freebie, which on the bottom of this you can click on download. It'll get you a link that has to do with what we call email automation or drip. And this is where everybody on your church address gets constant little reminders of things that you're all about, your core values and some of the facility things, maybe the history of your church, things that are like undated. They don't really matter. It's not about an event, but they're helpful for them to know. And this little freebie that we have listed at the bottom here, you can go to reachkeep.com and you'll be able to download that. So email is one of the most powerful things you can have in your church and stay in touch with people. And you can do this from the comfort of your own home. You can do it in the evening. I contact all our people on Sunday afternoons and thank them for coming, our first-time guests and returning guests. And that's just a powerful, powerful thing. So I want to ask you to make sure that you do two things for me. One, download that freebie. The second thing is subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll get more things like this on a regular basis. And I want to say thank you for all of you who do follow us and follow our newsletter, subscribe, listen to our podcast, watch our blogs, all the different things that we have. You are the greatest, and I can't wait to get back to you again. So again, Mike at reachkeep.com with 5 minutes to better Sunday and email for the local church.